Hello everybody and welcome to a new game for my channel. It is Lullaby Gardens and it is by a company called, I hope I say this right, Dadai Studios. It is a very new game. It's just in Kickstarter at the moment, but the Kickstarter is only for the music for the game. They have been developing the actual game mechanics and everything else as a team, and will be continuing that, I believe, self-funding. And they're looking to have this possibly out by sort of the spring of 2018 properly. So they sent me a demo and I had a little go and I thought this is too cute not to show everybody. So I thought, let's do that. So I'm just going to go in for a new game. So here we are. This is Amber. And she is our local farmer shopkeeper. She doesn't have a face. You can only see the back of her. So, Amber has a farm here, the usual, it's a very messy farm. We've got some bee houses, and we've got a barn and a chicken coop. I'll just show you inside of those. Oh, it's super loud in my ears. There we go. Right, so we've got a barn in here, and I believe there's space for 4 cows or sheep or pigs or whatever it is that we can get. I think there might be goats, possibly. And here is the coop, and it's very similar, just some beds. And then I think all the animals can go outside into the big grass field. So we're going to go and explore the town now. And I will show you some of the people. Because I have had a little play on this already, just so that I didn't look like a complete noob. Which is what I normally do. I'm normally like, let's jump straight in. But this didn't have many instructions at all as to what to do. So here is an old man, and he has a quest for us. And this quest is important because this is about what we are going to be doing for this series, so I'll show you. So Alfred seems to be the old sage sort of man of the town. He sells a lot of stuff. He has fruit in his hat and fish in his backpack, and seems to be doing weight training with his beard. So let's have a chat to him, shall we? He says, "Hey kid, I see you found your way around. Your shop is here, right behind me. You should go in and have a look around. Don't forget, your first rent payment is in 2 weeks, and I'll be expecting $5,000 from you." So this is what we're going to be doing for this playthrough. We're going to do, the devs have basically said to me in my email that they may be able to give me some keys for this game to give out to people if I can put up a video showing me getting this to 5,000 in 2 weeks. So we're going to try and do that. If I then get to the end, I might show you some other things, because there'll be things that I'll miss out, like buying animals, for example. Buying animals, look at all this stuff he's got. It's got loads of cool stuff. Carrot seed, blueberry seed, barn feed seed. But I'm going to go buy the seeds off somebody else. Okay, so yeah, so basically we're going to try and get that 5,000. There's going to be some things that I won't be able to do, so I might have to do an episode or two at the end just to show you those, like buying animals, because animals, it takes a long time to get anything out of them. I've done some play testing. I think I have a possible way of doing all of this, way of getting my 5,000, because we start off with 1,000, so we've got to make 5 times our money in 2 weeks. It's not easy. Okay, so Camellia. We're going to shop with... No, we'll talk to Camellia first. We'll see what she's got to say. Oh, so you're the new one in town. I didn't think you'd come by so soon. If you ever feel like growing a garden, just come by our shop. Well, actually, I do feel like growing a garden. So, I'm going to grow a garden. Now, I have 14 days in which to make money. So I need to grow and sell these crops in that time. But one thing I need to make sure of is that I don't have to plant too many seed beds. Okay? Reason for that is I tried doing that before and it took me days and days and days and days to get everything planted, so I was wasting valuable growing time. So I'd rather have something more expensive that takes longer to grow and gives me a better yield with less planting. So the first thing I'm going to do is to buy some Tamari Seeds. They're quite expensive, but they'll give a good return. I'm also going to take some sugarcane, because variety is important in this game. You'll see why later. What else shall we have? 8 days for a wheat seed. So the tomatoes, I think, take 10 days. Is it right? Yeah, 10 days. Sugarcane will take 8. And I'm going to avoid the things that are cheaper at the moment. So wheat, for example, would be a good one. And that only takes 8 days as well. I'll get 2 of those. White rose takes 7. So 2 of those. What else can we have? Pink rose, so that'll take 9 days, so that's still fine. It's all of these will be grown within the 40 days within the 14 days as long as I get them planted quickly. Daisy. Corn. Oh no, we've gone over now. Can't do corn. We need something that's about 60 just to finish it off. Pink daisy. Okay, so that's 1,000. And we've only got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 things to plant there. Okay, so that's going to help us quite a lot with getting things planted on time. So we'll buy those. Ding! And we're going to go back to our farm and we're going to do some planting. Now, one thing that I haven't seen yet, I might see on the way around, is that you can catch bugs. I haven't seen any bugs yet, unless I've missed them. We're going to go straight back to the farm, and we're going to plant these, and then we're going to have a look for bugs. And we're also going to go and do a bit of mining, because that will help me with my quest. So we're on day 1 of year 1 at the moment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see how many bits I can hoe without having to actually dig anything up. No, I can't hoe that one or that one. Okay, I'm going to pick up this weed and see how much I can hoe once I've done that. Maybe 2 more. Cool. And I'll pick up this weed as well. So you can see my stamina bar, which is the orange bar. I don't have a mouse cursor in this game, so it's hard to show you these things, but there's an orange bar and there's also a red bar over there, and the orange bar just shows you, I can pick up a weed over there, how much stamina I've got left. Now I want to make sure that I've always got enough stamina to do everything I want to do. So picking up weeds is the least stamina draining thing that I can do. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, I might just chop this log down as well. Try and keep these together. I need 13 to plant everything. I'm hoping I'll have enough stamina to do that. So 10, 11. Oh, can't do it there. 12. Might have to pick that plant up. So you can see that on about just over half my stamina, I've managed to clear enough of the field, just being quite strategic to actually get all of these planted. So I'm going to start planting them now. So we'll get the tomatoes down first. And we'll get these beetroot, no, sugar beet, sugar cane. But yeah, I definitely like this, the idea of this. I haven't shown you the shop yet, but it's a really cute idea. There is a game that some of you might know, some of you might not. It's called Recipe at an Item Shop Dale. And this game very, very much reminds me of that. Now we'll just get the rest of our planting up here. It reminds me of that, and oh, I got a blueberry seed. Did I get that for free for like tilling up soil? I think I may have done. We'll just get rid of that. We'll get everything in there. I keep pressing escape and I need to press tab. So I may need to get some more planting space. That's unfortunate. But it's always good to have free seeds. Yeah, because I definitely bought 13 seeds and I now have 15. So it's good. I just have to try. I'll see if I can find any other. That looks like a space I might be able to hoe straight away. Get my hoe back in there. See if I can. No. Doesn't give me that many free spaces. is all full of junk. But if I pick up this weed, I think I can maybe get a couple of spaces in here. I'm going to have to pick up that weed as well. I hope I have enough space to water everything. Enough stamina. I don't know if I'm going to. Doesn't seem to use stamina to plant as far as I can... No, it does a tiny bit. It uses a tiny bit of stamina to plant things. But let's get watering. I'm going to water the sugarcane and the tomatoes first, just in case I run out of stamina to water. But at least I've got everything planted in the first day. That's a good start. The wheat seeds, white rose. Oh, I might run out. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, 3 left that I couldn't do. Oh, that sucks. But it's fine. It's not too bad. It's a lot better than I got a load of turnips before. And that really, really was quite bad. I just really struggled there. So that's all I can do with that. So I'll just show you a few things. We can maybe go and talk to a few people with the rest of the time that we've got. And I can show you the shop. So these beehives, eventually... we'll see bugs and insects and things like that that will start to flock to the farm. We might get some bees, and when we catch them with our bug net, we'll be able to put them in the hives, which will be very, very good. We've got another little bit of planting room up here, so you can actually get quite a big farm going. And then obviously you've got your pasture and your barns and everything that I already showed you. So we'll pop back into town. I'll go over the bridge again, because that's the closest to our shop, because we didn't go in there. We just went straight away and got the planting done. But I feel the planting is important. Because all we can really do with the rest of our stamina today is just do bug hunting. But the first day it's kind of hard because you're using all your stamina for doing other things. So it's a bit of a shame for doing the planting. And then, like, in other days, I'll be able to do different things. Okay, so this is our shop. As I say, this is a bit like Recipe. You get people coming into the shop and they want to buy things. Now, we do actually have something that we can sell. Because we've been clearing out the farmyard, we actually have some weeds and we have some wood. And yes, apparently people will buy weeds. There's one character that seems to particularly really like weeds, apparently. This guy, actually. Seems to like buying weeds. Don't know why. So we just wait around with the things in our shop. And we wait until the guy sort of runs around looking at stuff. And eventually he will get a little exclamation mark over his head. And he'll go, yes, I would like to buy some of your weeds. And I'm like, okay. How much are you going to steal from me now? He says. Well, the thing is, if I put it up to 5, it's going to be 125% of base price, which is going to be probably a bit too much. So I'll just sell these weeds, because I just picked them up off the floor for 100%. They were just a byproduct of me doing something. So I've got $4 now. So I'm going to actually go, because there's not much stuff in my shop for people to buy yet. It's going to be a bit of a waste of my time to be staying there. And for this challenge, for this $5,000 challenge, I don't really want to be wasting my time. I want to be using my time to get things. So there's one thing that I think I might be able to do. I might need a little bit of stamina for it, but I'm just going to test it. But we may as well go and say hello to the people up here anyway. So these are the miners. So Brian, I think he does a little bit of building and stuff like that, but we'll see. So he says, hi, I'm Brian. If you ever need to build something on your land, I'm the man to ask. Well, Emmeline will probably lead the project, but I'll help. I imagine Emmeline will. And he's got a shop there, so he can sell you bug nets, a copper pickaxe, a stone axe, a stone hoe, a stone pickaxe, and a stone watering can. Okay, so when we go mining, I think a copper pickaxe might be needed for certain things. And at the moment you can't craft, you can only buy tools. And this is Emmeline, so we'll have a chat to her. She says, welcome to town. I'm Brian's apprentice, Emmeline. It's good to see a new face around here. I'm sure your arrival will be helpful. Everyone is quite busy with all the work we have to do. Let's do our best. And normally they only have about 1 or 2 things that they might say to you in a day, so you just listen to what they've got to say. If you press talk and it doesn't say anything, that means that they've said all they'll say. She also has a shop, and she pretty much sells the same things as Brian does. So we're going to check out the mine now. I'll show you that. Go to the mines. So we'll spend probably quite a bit of time here when we're not on the farm. And there's a lot of things down here that we can get that will sort of supplement our income, especially if we have a bit of stamina. So you go down the hole, and there's a little bit of a jerky transition there. But you come down here, and there's coal and stone on the floor, so you can get as much of that as you want to sell. And I would probably just get a little bit of that. And there's some copper on the floor as well. And there's also these trumpet mushrooms. And yeah, look, you can pick them up without using any stamina. So, one thing that you can do, even if you've completely run out of your stamina for the day, is you can run around the mines getting trumpet mushrooms. One thing that I did test before I started playing and showing you guys was the stamina and the sleep mechanic. So you get your stamina back when you sleep, and that is the only way. Oh no, you cannot. Okay, it uses very, very minimal stamina, but you have to have some. So that's something to remember there. I haven't tested everything, so we'll probably best go to sleep now. I think standing in the shop is not really going to do much for me either. There's not enough to sell yet, but that was a good first day, I feel. So we'll go and we'll get some rest. So that'll be maybe 2 days worth of content in this episode then. So we'll be looking at maybe 7 or 8 episodes to get the whole thing done, I reckon. It'll be a very, very short series. I imagine that once it fills out a little bit more with content, that I'll be able to play a little bit more. But I think it's a good start. I mean, they've definitely got a few really nice areas. They've got the mine there. They've got the town there. So I'll go up and I'll speak to some of the other townsfolk as well. We'll speak to this guy. For some reason, he's got pink pants on. And he's holding a bottle. So I'm guessing he's a town drunk. Yes. And he's got a very red face. And a very dirty shirt on. And he's called Edmond. Hello, Edmond. He says, I don't know you, and I don't want to. Go elsewhere. That was very nice of you. Very welcoming. Okay, well, let's go back to the farm and have a sleep. Even though it's only 5:30, but we've had a very hard and tiring day. Okay, we're back. So all of my seeds, bar 3, have been watered. I got a couple of trumpet mushrooms out of the mines, so I can sell those tomorrow. Take a shortcut. Yes, well, I was mentioning about the sleep mechanic, wasn't I? That you need to get back to your home before midnight, because if you don't, and you go to sleep, it'll skip a day. And that's a bit rubbish. So I sold 4 gold's worth of items. To be honest, for day 1, selling anything isn't too bad. Okay, so we've got all our stamina back because we had a nice good sleep. And look, there's a cricket. Cricketing around in our garden. No, come back. So I'm going to jump over the fence and I'm going to swipe him with my bug net. And look, now he's in my inventory. And that's good time. So we're going to have a little look around and see. Oh, do I spot? Do I spot? Yes, I do. I spot a bee. Come here, bee. There we go. So this is the bug hunting aspect of the game, and it's pretty cool. I like running around, just checking out my farm in the morning, seeing how many bugs show up. And they sell okay. Now, there's a couple of things you can do with the bees. I am going to sell the bees. Because I think for the 5k challenge, putting them in the beehive, you don't get enough honey quickly enough. I did have a little test of this. It takes a few days to get some honey, even if you have quite a lot of bees. So I'm going to sell them. And then once day 14 is over, I will stop selling them. I will start putting them into the beehives. Because over the long term, it's much, much better to not sell the bees and to keep them in the beehive and to get the honey. But in the short term, selling the bees is better. And we can have a look around town. So we've used a little bit. Oh, you know, we need to water the plants as well. And I do need to fill my watering can up as well, because it's very, very empty right now. So obviously the seeds that I planted that I couldn't water haven't grown, and they'll be a day behind. Wheat, blueberry, and pink daisy. They should still all be done in time, but it'll just take a little while. And I'm going to try as well to get maybe some... Oh no, you have to right click to take it out and left click to fill. Okay, that's fine. What I'll try to do as well is to... watering those. Just to get more planting done. So as I earn more money from the shop from things like selling insects, I'll buy more seeds. And I'll try and make sure that the seeds I buy will all be harvested in time. So the closer I get to the deadline date, the shorter growth crops I'm going to be buying. There we are, all done and all nicely planted, and we're very, very happy with that. So what I might do, well, I'm going to break a rock there, and that should give me a couple of extra, and I'll pick that weed up, a couple of extra spots that I can hoe out if I get a couple of more plants. Okay, let's go across the bridge, and we'll go to the shop. We'll pop all our stuff in the shop as well, the bee and the bugs and all of that stuff. And we might go and talk to some other people as well. So, I'm kind of imagining that the mechanic eventually will be that the better friends you are with people, the more money you can extort out of them in the shop. I'm kind of thinking that's probably how it's going to be. So, we put all our bugs on the shelves. We've got our trumpet mushrooms, we've got our wood and our weeds. So it's really just stuff that we've kind of scavenged, but we can still make money off it. So he wants to buy weeds, Brian wants to buy weeds and a grasshopper, because builders need weeds and grasshoppers. They don't need construction materials, they need weeds and grasshoppers. Okay, so Brian was like totally happy with that. And it's important to keep an eye on what they say. So I'm trying to go usually for about 10% markup on everything. And they seem to generally be happy with that. But what I need to learn is who thinks that that's a steal and who thinks that that's a bit of a pricey thing to do. So if they think it's a bit pricey, I need to understand that they maybe don't have as much money and they can't afford the items, and I need to give them better deals than people that have a bit more money and can give me good deals. So she's like, thanks, I'll take it. So that means that it's not too steep for her. But you probably wouldn't want to go too much higher or she's going to start getting a bit annoyed. Oh, these guys all want something. So, Opal wants some weeds. I'll give that to her at 117% and see if she takes it. So she's saying no, but sometimes if it's only just above, you get a second chance. So there you go. Amazing. You're precious, Amber. You really are. Okay, and we'll get something off. Alfred wants some wood, so we'll just go for that. 113 and just see if he'll take it. He says that's a fair price, so that's cool. Dominic wants to buy my bee for 40 gold. I'm not letting my bee go for anything less than 44 gold. Seems fair enough, I'll take it off your hands. So just at the moment, as I say, I'm selling the bees. If you were not doing a challenge to get lots of money early on, I would suggest putting the bees in the hive. We'll see what Abigail wants. This is Abigail. This is Jenny. No, they don't seem to want the stuff that's in the shop at the moment. We'll see if Jenny does. But we've only really got trumpet mushrooms left at this point, so I think we'll just go and explore a little bit. Yeah, I think you'd have to have a very specific person, because there's not much stock left. So we're going to go down the mines. And we're going to go and get some copper, some coal, and some stone. Now, I want to get quite a bit of copper if I can. But I'm not going to neglect the stone or the coal, because the more variety I have in the shop, the more likely it is that someone will buy something. And that's what we're going to do with our stamina today. We've got 131 gold, so I could afford more seeds, but maybe we'll do it in a day's time. Just go down the mines for now. Because you've got to sort of really add up what you're using your stamina for. I mean, the trumpet mushrooms are fantastic because it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of stamina. Let's mine this. A tiny bit of stamina. For, you know, something that's... I think they're worth about 10 each. So stone, you can get... And how many stone did we get? There's 6 there now, and there's 4 coal. We had to do 3 swipes of our pickaxe to get the coal to break. And we only had to do 1 to get the stone to break. And how many stone did we get? You get 2 per. And with the coal, you get... 6, 7, 8, 9... 9 and 9. Let's actually do another piece of coal. I didn't really count that very well. So we've got 9 and 9. We'll see how much we get for our 3 swipes. So 4 and 3. Probably kind of worth it. Now we've got copper as well. And you get 2 copper and about, looks like 3 stone out of that copper ore, and that's for another 3 swipes. So you get a bit more coal, but I think it's worth a little bit less. So I think it's still worth getting. So we're nearly out of stamina now. Actually, in fact, you know, I'm going to carry on until we are out of stamina. We'll get some more coal. We're only at like midday, so we're going to have a look for some more copper. So I want some more of that. And we're probably going to be ready for bed soon. I think about the only thing we can do now is get more trumpet mushrooms. There's 1 on the floor there, and that'll probably be the end of our stamina. Yeah, no more stamina for us today. So we can go around and talk to people for us today, which is a good use of time. Just have to make sure that we're back in time. And also standing in the shop is a really good use of time. Okay, off we go. So we've spoken to Emmeline and Brian today, so that's fine. But there's still a few people that we haven't met yet. So let's have a little stroll up here. And we'll see what other people have got to say for themselves. Okay, so there's a man around here. I think he's selling flowers. He's got a little flower shop. So his name is Jasmine. I think it's a guy. So Jasmine says, "It's a pleasure to meet you. You can call me Jasmine. To be honest, I'm glad you moved in town because we rarely see new faces around." Now, apparently, some of these guys, I mean, you can tell by the picture, really, can't you? That's a love interest waiting to happen. But some of these guys and girls are going to be love interests in the future. So that's all he's got to say. He's got a shop and he does sort of all the seeds and the flower seeds, same as Camellia does. So Camellia seems to be more about the planting the vegetables and Jasmine's more about the flowers. But they all seem to sell about the same stuff. So if you need a new watering can or anything like that, then that's the place to go. Now, if you notice, there's little white bars above the bug nets and all the tools, the watering can, the hoe, everything like that. And that is because they will run out eventually and you will have to buy new ones. So it's a bit of a money drain, that one. So this over here is, I believe, Gil. And Gil looks after all of the barnyard sort of animals. So he says, "Hey, newcomer, you can call me Gil. I take care of my grandma's herd, so if you ever want to adopt an animal, just come by and ask." Yes, because you adopt them. Like, when you adopt them, you pay for the adoption, apparently. I thought adopting was free. But anyway, never mind. So we're buying the animals off Gil. And Gil has a shop. He has barn feed, milk of all different types, wool, and barn feed seed. Now that's quite useful because that basically gives you a plant that you can plant in your crop area and you'll get enough to feed 1 animal per day out of that. So you can go and harvest that and feed it to your animals. We're not going to do animals until we've got our 5,000 because they're too expensive and too long a time to get a yield out of them for it to really be worth it. But it's worth it later in the game, I think. So here is Lucy. And she is the chicken person. She's the chicken keeper. So if you want eggs or chickens or anything like that, then you get them from her. So she says, "Hi, my name's Lucy, and this is my chicken, Egg." Oh, hi, Egg. You know, because she was just an egg when I found her. Anyway, we'll be here if you need anything. So in her shop, she's got chickens and duck eggs and coop feed. So that's another plant. Sorry, that's the feed, but then you can get the plant. And then you can harvest it yourself, which is much better. So for 10 days worth of, you know, the coop feed price, you can get an everlasting feed source. So I think that's useful. And she will sell you a chicken or a duck. But I don't think they take a little while to grow up and things like that. So it's probably, as I say, something that we would do after the $5,000 challenge. And I'm guessing that this is Lucy's little house on the hill, but you can't go into people's houses. Whether that's something that will come in, I'm not sure. And you also see around here that there's all these, like, jump over the fence, sewer grates. I'm guessing that there will be a sewers in here at some point, but it hasn't been implemented yet. And around here is Opal Store. We met Opal in the shop. And she says, "Oh, is that a new face I see? You're quite a pretty one. Emeralds would suit your eyes perfectly, I can tell. So I'm guessing that Amber might have green eyes. If you ever want to buy jewellery for yourself or a loved one, just ask for Opal." And so her shop just has lots and lots of ore, sapphire, platinum, all sorts of stuff like that that are in the game. I think I tried to go down into the mines and see if I could get gold ore and stuff, but I didn't find any, and I think I might need that copper pickaxe because there was some ore that just showed up white, and I'm like, well, maybe that'll show up properly if I have the right pickaxe. But again, that's something that I need to do after the 5k challenge because the pickaxe costs like 800. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to make enough back to pay for the pickaxe, especially considering the pickaxe can break. So we'll just have a quick chat to Alfred, and then I think I am going to end the episode there. So Alfred says, "I may be here again tomorrow. I may not." He is a wanderer. And his shop has like everything. He sells poop. He sells bug nets and pickaxes and coal. And he sells bees, which is good. So if I get to the point where I'm like, oh no, I've got no bees, because I sold them all for $40 each, I can come here and buy them for $100. Woohoo! Nothing like getting extorted by video game characters. Okay, so who's around here? There's a new person around here. Let's see. And it is Florence! Hey, I don't know you. Where do you live? What's your name? I'm Florence, and I'll deliver your mail safe and sound. Well, as soon as I find your house. It's just over there. Behind that tree, down that path. So she is our local friendly mail delivery girl. So we've been around... Oh, did I see a bee? No. I thought I saw a bee over here. I didn't. So we'll wait till tomorrow. I think there's still a few characters we haven't come across yet. I don't think there's as many as there are in things like Stardew Valley. Whether more will get added, maybe. But we've got the other side of the village to go and have a look at. But I think for today, we will go to bed. And I think that'll be the end of the episode. So I'll just go back into my bedroom. Whee! So far, we haven't made much money yet. But we have got some stuff to sell now. So we'll do that next time. See how much money we can make. Okay. So I'm just going to stand by my bed. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this new series. And I hope you can see the potential of this game because it's really cute. So I hope you liked it. And if you did, please leave me a like below to let me know. And if you'd like to see any more of this, please subscribe. I hope to see you next time. But in the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.